and I'll be proud to carry the banner of our party into the general election. So it's with great honor and humility I accept this nomination for President of the United States of America.
The Democratic National Convention is officially over. Joe Biden is now the Democratic presidential candidate heading into the election. He delivered his acceptance speech last night. Abdul Hakim Shabazz, editor of Indie Politics, joining me now to break it down. Good morning to you, Abdul.
Good morning, my friend.
All right, what'd you think of the speech? I have to admit, I did not watch it.
Well, for somebody who has to get up early in the morning, I totally understand. But luckily, I watch these things, so you don't have to. No, actually, I thought Joe Biden did a really good job of hitting out of the park. He showed empathy. He made a connection with the audience, even though it was a virtual audience, not sort of the big crowds that we see at conventions. I thought when he talked about his son, when he talked about being commander in chief, the coronavirus. So I thought he hit all the themes that he needed to hit last night.
And oftentimes President Trump gives him a nickname or two. Do you think he surpassed that? Obviously, one of those being Sleepy Joe.
Yes, I think the Sleepy Joe, based on last night's speech, is pretty much done and over with. And if you're at the White House right now or the National Republican Party, you are revamping whatever it is that you were planning to do when Republicans have their convention next week, because Joe Biden was not sleepy, was not tired. Yes, he did read off a teleprompter, but who does read off a teleprompter in speeches like this? But like I said, he hit out of the ballpark last night.
What about the incumbent factor? It's between, depending on how far you go back, 75 to 80% of the time, a person running for a second time, the incumbent, wins. Do you think that will be a major factor in this election?
I do think it will be a factor because the last incumbent president to actually lose an election was George Herbert Walker Bush back in 1992 with Bill Clinton. But Bill Clinton made the case that, hey, the economy is not working for you. We can make it work. And Joe Biden kind of sort of did that same thing last time with coronavirus and our foreign policy, saying things aren't working. So you need to replace me. But he's still going to have a long road to hoe.
Did anybody talk about the economy? Because I know that's a big one. The stock market is obviously doing well, but the economy, the most recent poll had about 28% saying it was doing either good to excellent, but about 75% saying it was doing somewhere between fair and poor.
There was some talk about the economy over the past 4 days. It was more about the economy isn't working for working families. It's working for the wealthy and the elite. And so that was kind of a theme that Democrats had basically over the course of 4 days. So yes, there was some talk about the economy, but not necessarily a whole lot of specifics. But you don't expect specifics at a convention. You expect, rallying the troops.
And speaking of conventions, the RNC, they're going to be having one, and very soon. What do you think about that one? There was obviously a lot of diversity with the DNC, the RNC, maybe not so much, but then again, they're going to have a little bit of a crowd there too.
Yes, they have a little bit of a crowd. Also, what they're going to do is more likely to go the law and order route because of some of the violence we've seen in some of our cities, particularly, including here in Indianapolis. So I expect Republicans to talk a lot about law and order. And also, Donald Trump basically said, hey, before the coronavirus hit, we had a great economy. Once the coronavirus is over, we'll get that great economy back. So I expect Republicans to hit the economy and law and order.
All right, we will see what happens, see if there's a bounce for the Democrats from the DNC. Abdul, thanks for being here. We do appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, my friend. Always good to be here.
All right, awesome to have you. All right, now, as we mentioned, it's on to the Republican National Convention. That kicks off Monday in Charlotte, most of it also virtual. President Trump expected to accept his party's nomination. That should be on Thursday.